Tom interview.
There's still not a lot of information how he died.
I'm unaware of that. I'm not aware of that. I mean, people die in ICE custody. People die in county jails. People die in state prisons. I mean, if you look at, when I was the ICE director and we drilled down that, the question should be how many lives does ICE save? Because when they go in detention, we find many with diseases and stuff that we deal with right away to prevent death. So I'm not aware of that specific case, but I'll say this. People can argue with me all they want, but the facts are the facts. I think the politicians in New Jersey found this out, that we have the highest detention standards in the industry. I'll compare an ICE detention facility against any state prison, against any federal facility. I'll go head to head with any of them. You go to ice.gov and look at our detention standards. It's the highest detention standards in the industry at a very expensive cost to the taxpayers. So, people say, oh, the detention standards are horrendous. Go look for yourself, then come back and talk to me. I mean, when we talked about the facility that the congressman tried to get into up in New Jersey, Delaney Hall, once they got in there, what did they find out? Detention standards are outstanding. Probably the cleanest facility in that entire state. Again, I'll put our detention standards against anybody.
Sure, we'll follow up on that. When the big, beautiful bill does pass, how do you expect that to impact the number of deportations per day? Will it be twofold, threefold?
Vastly increased. Depends how quick we get more resources on, how quick we get the contractors on, how quick we bring the beds on. I mean, Governor DeSantis, I give him credit. We got the facility he's putting up in Florida. We'll be filling those beds as quick as we can because we need more beds. I mean, I looked at it this morning. I think we got like 1,700 empty beds. We'll fill them in 2 days. So we need more beds. That bill is going to let us sign contracts that are pending for more beds. We don't have the funding to do it. Once that bill passes and the money comes to the Department of Homeland Security, we can sign some of those contracts and get more beds right away.
And on the big, beautiful bill, Mr. Holman, if you don't mind, thank you so much for doing this and just keep with us. We know that President Trump is visiting Alligator Alcatraz tomorrow in Florida. Can you tell us more about what message it sends and how it relates to the administration's push right now with the big, beautiful bill?
We're going to force the immigration law. Despite all the rhetoric out there against ICE and the men and women who are doing this job, we're going to be out doing their job. We're going to be doing our job. We're going to arrest every public safety threat and national security threat we can find. And when we do that, we need a bed. Governor DeSantis is coming forth with a couple thousand beds. I applaud him for doing it. And it's a pretty good cost, too, if you look at the total cost of that bill. Money that used to go to NGOs, put somebody in a hotel room at $500 a night, will help fund these facilities. And here's what you need to know that no one talks about. Facilities that we contract through, like the Governor DeSantis facility, when you're in an ICE contract facility, you get a hearing and a judge within 40 days. But under the Biden administration, they put them in custody of an NGO, put them in a hotel room at $500 a night, because they know doing that would push your hearing out 3, 5, 7 years, because immigration judges prioritize those in detention. So they play the long game. Let's leave thousands of empty ICE beds already paid for. Let's leave them empty. Let's give these people NGOs. That pushes a hearing out 3, 5, 7 years. What happens then? What they're hoping happens then? There's a Democratic administration that awards amnesty to millions of people. That's not going to happen. We're going to force laws in this country. People are going to get hearings quicker. And if anybody goes and look at EOIR website, Immigration Court website, here's what the message no one gets across. You can claim asylum in this country. If you go the last 10 years of Immigration Court data, nearly 9 out of 10 people who claim asylum get order removal because they simply don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the homeland because of race, religion, and political affiliation. They're coming here for a better life, and I get that, but that's not asylum. We're enforcing laws, and the great success we're having proves you enforce the law, you can secure the border. You enforce the law, you can make this country safe again. That's what we're doing.
Are there any more military deployments, sir? Any more on the border?
What are your thoughts on potential temporary passes for illegal alien farm workers, hotel workers? I mean, is there a plan to go after them later?
I'm not going to get ahead of the president on that. I know they're discussing that. I'm part of those discussions, but I'm not going to get ahead of the president. We'll see what they come up with.
Mr. Holman, last week ICE arrested 11 Iranians passed through border during Biden administration. One of them was a sniper for the Iranian army. The other one, while he was arrested, he had firearms on him. given the fact that the Iranian American community are feeling threatened by the regime from Iran, can you confirm that there will be further crackdown on illegal Iranians who've passed the border during Biden administration?
Well, so far there's over 200 arrests of Iranian nationals. And again, you know, President Trump committed from day one, the priority is going to be public safety threats and national security threats. So we've been on this since January 20th. We didn't wait for the Iran conflict to happen. We've been working this. Well, we put our foot on the gas after what happened in Iran a couple weeks ago. We're going to identify the national security threats. It's just not ICE, it's FBI, it's the Department of Justice and the intelligence community. We're focusing on national security threats, not just Iranians and others, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're keeping President Trump's promise. That's what we were prioritizing.
There's widespread fear among...
If you're in the country legally, you should be concerned. It's not okay to be in the country illegally. If you're a national security threat, you should be working. We're looking for you.
But there's widespread fear among Iranian Americans that some sleeper cells have moved into the United States during the Biden administration. What do you know about these so-called sleeper cells?
All Americans should be concerned about sleeper cells. Look, under the Biden administration, you opened the border. We got over 2 million known gotaways. That's not a guess. Over 2 million people we know based on video, drone traffic, sensor traffic, cross the border. They paid more to get away. We know who they are, where they came from, where they are now, why they're here, right? So why did 2 million people pay more to get away? You pay the cartel amount of money to get to the border, turn yourself in a green uniform, right? Or you paid more to get to New York, Chicago, and not be arrested. Why? Why didn't they pay less to get a free airline ticket to the city of their choice, a free hotel room, 3 meals a day, free medical care, and work authorization in a few months? Why did 2 million people not take advantage of the free giveaway program, pay more to get away?
So are you saying that
Because they didn't want to be vetted, they didn't want to be fingerprinted. They could be the ones that are trafficking in fentanyl, they could be the ones trafficking women and children, and they could be national security threats. I said from day one, the Biden administration, I said for 4 years while he was president, when they opened the border up, they created the biggest national security vulnerability we've ever seen. And that's just a fact, and we're seeing it play out.
Lastly, there's a fatwa. There's a fatwa issued by 2 of the Iranian ayatollahs against President Trump, citing that if he attacks the supreme leader of Iran, it would be halal for Shiite followers to kill him, to assassinate him. Are you aware of that fatwa, and what's your response to it?
Look, it's a little out of my lane, but we got the strongest president in the history of this country in office right now. So I don't think that worked out very well for him.
So there are Marines stationed right now in the San Diego area helping with border protection. If encounters have dropped as dramatically as we know that we've seen the numbers drop, why is it necessary for a Marine presence to be there near the San Diego border?
Because it's a national security issue right now. I think we all recognize the national security temperature right now is at a high level. We're going to take every opportunity